Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to go over content and some ideas of how you can generate content and what to write about, and just in general, some tips and pointers to help guide you in your journey towards creating content. What you want to do for your website is you basically want to continuously produce as much content as possible. And an easy way to do that is to create a blog. So you should have a blog on your website, and then you should start posting articles there as much as you can, right? Don't try and trick the system by loading like 1,000 articles or something like that in one go. You want to do it as naturally as possible, whatever would be realistic in terms of real life, the number of content that typically a small business would produce, maybe 1 or 2 articles a day, that should be fine. And if you consistently do that, you will see a dramatic change in your search engine results. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so the best place to get some ideas for your content is to go to Google. And I'm just going to use the plumber example here. I'm going to say plumber. And as I type it in, I can already see some examples of search terms that people are searching for. And these can give me some ideas for my content writing. I'm going to just say, maybe I'm going to just put enter on plumber and see what comes up, right? Now, we want to scroll past the ads and such, right? And then we want to see here, people also ask, right? This section is great for getting ideas for topics to write about. It's also great for finding new keywords, and you can go through here. What do most plumbers charge per hour? This is a great example. And you can see here, someone has already written an article about this. And what I can do is I can go take a look at their article and see, what did they write about? What are some of the points that they covered? What's the general structure of their article? And obviously you don't want to copy what they're doing, but you can now take inspiration from this and you can create your own article, right? So never copy. You want to create your own content as much as possible. And maybe you find something that they didn't think about talking about that you can add to your article that makes it more special or unique, right? Now, then the next thing is, we've all heard of this tool called ChatGPT, right? And there's a lot of debate going on right now whether AI content is good or bad for SEO. And the main thing is that the content that you generate for your website, Google doesn't really care how you generate it, as long as it is readable, makes sense, helpful, human-like, and people like engaging with it and reading it. Those are basically the main points, right? If you're hitting the nail on the head in terms of that, and you've created your content with something like ChatGPT, it's totally fine. Will not be an issue or a problem. So you can obviously use ChatGPT for your content creation, and you can be as creative as you want with it here. But I would say that be specific. Give ChatGPT real specifics about what you wanted to say, how you wanted to communicate, maybe give it a style, etc., so that your content stands out above the rest, right? You don't want to just dump in a keyword here and say, hey, write an article targeting the keyword plumber, right? You don't want to just do that, okay? You want to add some additional points, write it in a friendly and funny style, right? And then maybe you want to say, include some frequently asked questions and their answers, right? And then maybe you spotted that there, on the example article that you looked at, there was a point that wasn't covered in full. Then you can give it that knowledge as well and say, hey, please cover this point as well. So I can say here, also give a table breakdown of the typical costs for a plumber in Florida, right? See, now I'm giving it more specifics so that it will come up with something that is less generic and less likely to be similar and duplicative of something that's already on the internet, right? You have to remember, these tools, they were trained by all the content that's on the internet already. And Google doesn't like duplicate stuff. It wants you to generate new and interesting content. So you should try and make your content as new and interesting as possible so that it stands out above all the rest. All right, so we've covered how to find ideas. You can also use ChatGPT for ideas, right? You can tell it, give me some article title ideas targeting plumber, for example, right? And it will spit out a list of possible titles for me, and then you can choose the one that you like the most and roll with that, right? So it's a great tool for writing your articles and finding ideas and getting inspiration, etc. But just realize that you still want the content to be as unique as possible, and you should try and make it as helpful and as true to your own brand as you possibly can. And then you should succeed with the content generation from this platform. All right, I hope you found this helpful, and may you succeed in your endeavors in terms of SEO for your website. If you need any help, then please reach out to me and I'll gladly assist you. All right.